Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Unpopular Review. This is our Raw review show for November 15th, 2021. Welcome, everybody. I am Big Daddy Cool, and we are going to be talking about everything that happened on tonight's Monday Night Raw. We've got results, we've got reactions, we've got all of it. On the other side, we've got the build-up to Survivor Series continues. I know there's a lot of criticism about the lack of a build-up, but, you know, if you're paying attention, you're going to see some build-up. You've also got, Biggie in action, Lashley in action, Rey Mysterio, RK Bro. A lot of stuff to talk about tonight, including Liv Morgan and Becky Lynch. Lots of stuff to talk about. Let's do it. On the other side of the intro, this is Unpopular Review, Monday Night Raw review show. See you on the other side. Welcome, everybody, to Unpopular Review. This is Big Daddy Cool, and we are talking about Raw for November 15th, 2021. I do not come alone. I come accompanied by the man, the myth, the legend himself. He is none other than the executive consultant of Unpopular Review of UPR. He is Chris. Chris, how's it going tonight?
It's going excellent, I have to say. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Myth, I haven't heard that one before. Yes, I have, but still, it's amazing.
I was mostly talking about the two plants behind you. You're the man, and then the other one on your left is the myth, and the other one is the legend, because the fact that you don't water those plants and they still survive after a year is amazing to me.
That's why I don't buy real plants, because they would be dead.
But they keep moving. They keep leaning. I feel like...
I have no idea.
I like that we're like all matched up tonight. We're wearing red. I got, earlier today, I think it was my wife that was like, you got this Ronald McDonald vibe going right now. But regardless, welcome everybody to the Unpopular Review stream. Please make sure you like, love, and share this broadcast with all your wrestling friends and any chat groups that you are a part of, whether that be on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, all that stuff. Please make sure you support and share us all over the place. Chris, we got some stuff to talk about. I know lots of people have been shitting on WWE.
Are you sure we have a lot to talk about?
I think we do, because I think there's a lot of...
Did you hear your intro?
I know it was just so much stuff to cover that I just didn't know, because it's not that I couldn't remember it. It was just like there's multiple story angles being thrown at you in one episode. Like, let's take for instance, Becky Lynch is cutting a promo on Charlotte and then also has to deal with Liv Morgan. Biggie has the same thing, right? He's cutting a promo on Roman Reigns, and then also has to worry about Kevin Owens and also Seth Rollins. So it
was a lot of copy my homework, but don't make it obvious going on. I mean, Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan was pretty much a ripoff. I shouldn't say ripoff, but mix and match with Charlotte Flair and Toni Storm. What happened on Friday? She came out, she talked for a few minutes about her opponent, and then somebody came out and said, "Hey, I want to challenge for the title too. I'm a young upstart. Let me challenge for it," only to be shut down. So I mean. Yeah, you got some points there. Can't argue with your logic.
Yeah, so like I said, lots to discuss. And let's just jump right into it. Guys, if you got any opinions on tonight's Monday Night Raw episode, please make sure you throw them into the chat. All the comments that you throw up there, as long as they're, nice and politically correct and appropriate, then we'll throw them up. If they're inappropriate, Elvis, I'm talking to you. Hi, Elvis.
Elvis, I'm always talking to you. See, already you have an inappropriate comment right there. You start off the bat with it. I don't understand.
What's inappropriate about that? He's just saying hi to me.
No, he insulted every other member of this daggone federation that we're in. Like, give you the greatest. Well, you know what? I count 17 people in UPR now. So, I'm going to say it's a federation now. Shoot.
I'm the greatest. All right, Chris, let's start off with what opened up Monday Night Raw, and that was Big E. He calls out the big dog Roman Reigns. Roman, obviously, on Friday night SmackDown, he completely washed Xavier Woods, stole his crown, and wore it. What were your thoughts on Friday night SmackDown before we talk about that? Specifically, just Roman Reigns.
Well, Roman Reigns is tribal chief. Roman Reigns makes any show that he's on better. But I will say this: I feel like since the draft, SmackDown's gotten worse.
You think SmackDown what?
Gotten worse. I think it's on the decline.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I don't think it's as interesting as it was before the draft. I think they lost some power players, and I can definitely see the void that needs to be filled. I'm not saying it's not still entertaining, but here's my opinion, and I know it's going to be unpopular, but bring me all the smoke. You know how I go, right? I wear red because I go through fire. I think Raw has been better than SmackDown the last 3 weeks.
Ooh. I can say last week's SmackDown was really impressive to me, and even tonight's SmackDown, again, lots of stuff was going on, and so I really like the pacing of both last week's and this week's episodes. You had Big E calling out Roman. He washed his buddy Xavier, and he says, "You're gonna pay for what you did to King Woods and his brothers." And then he shifts his focus to Kevin Owens. Last week, Kevin Owens attacked him because Kevin Owens was in a fight with Seth Rollins, and then Big E inadvertently or advertently, however you want to kind of look at it, cost Kevin Owens the match. And that was Kevin Owens' mentality going into this promo, as Kevin Owens comes out and he's pissed off because Big E cost him the match last week. He says, "That means I've lost the last 3 matches I've been in since coming to Raw. I'm glad somebody's keeping count of the wins losses because usually WWE doesn't." And he says that Kevin Owens wants everybody to go to hell, and he's going to, quote, break bad, end quote. Chris, what does that mean to you? You don't know?
I don't know. He's going to take drugs and lose weight. Look, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what's going on here. I just know Kevin Owens needed this heel turn that he's on, and I'm glad to see it. It's really important. Kevin Owens is a phenomenal heel. He's been an okay face. I can't say anything negative about it. He did a lot better job than I thought. But the heel run is perfect for him. I can't wait to see a full-fledged program between Big E and him. They kind of teased it earlier this year on SmackDown when Big E was Intercontinental Champion. Never came to fruition. And I remember saying it on this very program, on the SmackDown side, that I believe Big E versus Kevin Owens is the feud I've always wanted to see. Did not know it. I'm interested. I'm invested. I'm here for it. Keep bringing me Kevin Owens. Keep bringing me Big E. It's a great, great feud.
I like it. I hope they stick around for it, or at least he sticks around for it, because, again, like you said last week or a couple weeks ago, it's only got 3 more months. And then
if he wants to go over to AEW and start kissing on Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, that's his choice. I think that would be a terrible decision on his part, but everybody knows how I feel about all elite wackiness.
A lot of wrestling fans want to see that happen. So we have Kevin Owens finish his promo. He's about Big E. I like that he's a champion that doesn't take no shit from anybody. He was gonna go run up on Kevin Owens, who was underneath the Titantron. And Kevin Owens walks away, saunters off like every good heel should. And then as Big E is about to go to the back, he gets jumped by the Usos. So this was a great kind of, nod to, hey, Survivor Series this Sunday. And the big dog sent us to whoop your ass. And as he's getting beat up in the middle of the ring, we have somebody come make the save. And that somebody is the guy that's been making saves for the last couple of weeks, despite his tag team champion partner wanting him to. That's Matt Riddle, or as Vince McMahon calls him, Riddle. And this leads to a tag team match between the Usos versus Big E and Riddle. Before we get into that match and what you thought of it, let's catch up with these comments. There are a lot of people tuning in right now. Guys, thank you for watching Unpopular Review. We are reviewing Monday Night Raw. George Lewis is watching us on YouTube. What's going on, George? Good to see you here on Monday night.
The incomparable George Samuel Lewis.
That's right. Look, and he says he thought Raw was pretty decent tonight. Elvis, as usual, is here. He wants to remind us that the Macho Man Randy Savage's 69th birthday is today.
Yes, leave it to Elvis to have to bring up somebody's... Never mind, go ahead.
Birthday? George Lewis, wait till Charmaine shows up later. I'm surprised that the Usos came out and attacked Big E. I'm not that surprised. I thought that it should be happening. If you're going to build up the Survivor Series being this Sunday, plus you got to sell some tickets. The Barclays in Brooklyn is not sold out. I got an email late last week saying they were doing like 3-for-4 specials, like buy 3, get 1 free. So they got to sell this place out besides sell the pay-per-view. So I wasn't really expecting to see Roman, which we didn't see tonight. I'm surprised that we didn't.
I saw a little meme saying, with Paul Heyman talking, saying Roman doesn't work Mondays.
Elvis says, first hour of Raw was boring, and the Bianca versus Tamina match, I turned to Monday Night Football immediately. Wow, look at that. Elvis says, I look like Elmo, or we all look like Elmo.
Well, at least we're not shaped at him.
He is very like the same size as Elmo, and then also kind of furry.
Literally the same size. He's that type
like
of guy that's like you're sitting on the couch watching the Monday Night Raw, and then all of a sudden he just creeps up, on a step stool from behind the couch. It's amazing. That's Elvis right there. I think he's almost distant cousin. LL. I don't know.
Yeah. George says Survivor Series is going to be interesting this Sunday. I do think so myself. We've got a Survivor Series prediction show coming up later on this week on Thursday. But not that we want to give predictions because we don't want to spoil the prediction show, right, Chris? But later on,
you and I are not going to be on it. So if you wanted to do it, we could do it.
After our Raw show, I just want to kind of run down some of the matches in the card and kind of just talk about whether you think they're interesting or not. Because I think the knock in the build to Survivor Series has been it's rushed and that nobody, Vince put these people together and there's no storytelling. But, going into a lot of Survivor Series, I can recall like they've mashed up teams together like last minute and just, for whatever reason. So I'm not that worried. It was a
little worse this year. I'll say that. There were some teases that they did that I did like Big E versus Roman. They've been teasing for quite some time actually. But then they slowed it down. They cooled it off. The problem with Survivor Series, and I'll elaborate more on this when we talk about it, is the fact that they had the draft. But I mentioned this a lot for the last 2 years, is you can't have a draft a month before the Survivor Series and then expect everybody to say, oh, I'm Team Raw. Like Rollins was over here being all pressed for Raw, Monday Night Raw, this Monday Night Rollins. Like, Mo effort. Before Bobby Lashley won his match last week, every single one of the damn people were from SmackDown 1 month ago, right? Cheering on the Blue Brand. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. So I could see some people's frustration with it.
I think that opinion is nonsense because I feel like if you take your favorite sports player, right, whether that be, let's say, Aaron Judge from the Yankees, right, and move him to the Dodgers.
I don't know who that is.
I'm just saying, anybody. Name Tom Brady from the Patriots to...
I hate that guy. He's a cheater.
I know you hate that guy, but you take all these guys. All these guys. Take your favorite player from whatever sport, LeBron, and you put him from one team to another the next day. I swear to God, you're making this fucking difficult. What I'm trying to say, Chris, is you take any one of these sports stars and you take them from Team A to Team B, you're going to then now be like, I don't really buy them being on this new team, man. Like, that's nonsense. It's bullshit. And going back to this whole, like, Survivor Series thing, so running it back, how many years are we going to have the same story about, like, brand supremacy, and these are the dudes, and they want to fight the good fight? Like, I like that this year it's a little bit different where, like, you have the team, they get announced, and then you have the GMs going, whoa, 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 whoa. Dom, you're not a champion. You a punk. Go fight Bobby Lashley.
Well, the only reason I'm going to disagree with you, because I am going to disagree with you, is the fact that what made the Survivor Series interesting and special over the most recent years, because this is the second longest pay-per-view, was the brand supremacy thing. And it makes it even more interesting when you actually have two opposing GMs trying to fight to make their team, their brand, the superior brand. Now you have two officials who are out there doing the same thing for both of their shows. I don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like Adam Pearce is leaning more to Raw and Sonya's leaning more to SmackDown. But then Sonya will still come out here and do shit on Raw, and Adam will still come out doing shit on SmackDown. So it's a little bit confusing. It's like, is there really a need for brand supremacy at this point when you don't have a specific brand?
I agree with you to a point. And I think, as I was watching this episode of Raw, I was like, they could have fixed this with just one throwaway segment between Sonya, Adam, and just saying, hey, listen, let's, make this a little more interesting between us. I'll represent Raw. You represent SmackDown. And let's put some money on this, or let's put some bragging rights on this.
It would have been a lot more interesting that way, and that's where I think they failed. And plus, both of them seem to be heels now. At first, it was just Sonya being a heel. Now it seems like Adam Pearce is, maturing into that role. He's not a bad heel. I see some of his indie work. He's not a bad heel, so this is fine.
No, he's good. I like him as a heel.
Let's get it straight. Are you Raw or are you SmackDown? Let's stop having them be in charge of both. And realistically, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Pearce has been in charge of both products, both brands, for 2 years. You might not realize that. What's up, Bart? But for 2 years,
what's going on?
He's been in charge of Raw and SmackDown.
George says he agrees with you that SmackDown has been lackluster.
George wants to be on the winning side. Why is
Elvis says the ending was the best part. Austin Theory is the future of Raw. Wow, look at that. George says this is good for Kevin Owens as a heel.
It's good for him to be refreshed. It's a great call. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Review Raw Edition. I am the executive consultant. Joined today, as always, my new permanent host here on Monday Night Raw is Big Daddy Cool. Hey, the band is back together right here on the A Show. If you're liking this video, please make sure that you like, love, and share, annoyingly share, to all of your wrestling timelines and groups, and subscribe to us on all our YouTube channels, because now we have 3. We have Unpopular Review, we have UPRE, and we have, here's the announcement of the night, Unpopular Review Gaming coming out in a couple of weeks. We'll be reviewing and playing video games online on YouTube. Looking forward to that one. 3-year anniversary this week here for Unpopular Review. It's a big week for us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be in Atlanta. I'll be in New York celebrating with co-hosts. It's a great time. What's up, Stephen Willie Beeman? Supposed to be on for What Makes Beeman Steamin' later. Or, and I doubt he will. He's probably passed out somewhere and typing yo, 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 yo. I don't know what's going on. But,
that's his brand. That's his thing.
Whatever. What else we got happening on, man? Hey, look at that. Technician. All the stars are coming out here for the 3-year anniversary. This guy just announced, so you can put the graphic up. This guy, no, get Zoe out of here. Put the technician back up. Put the technician back up. This guy has now been officially a part. Look at him. He's been drafted to a video game, right? He's been drafted to a video game. Wild. You want to get this video game so you can beat his ass like his parents been doing since he was 2. You want to go ahead and do this with the technician.
That's not nice.
Sanderson.
Chris, you know what's funny? I don't know if you know this, but I got some breaking news right here. I want to save this to the end of the show. David Sanderson, he is one of the old hosts, former hosts, and friend of the show. He's a referee in a lot of wrestling organizations down south, especially in Florida. Now he's in a video game. Congratulations to Dave. I've got this leaked footage of him being motion captured as the referee in the video game. Do you want to see it?
Of course I want to see it. Everybody wants to see it.
All right, here we go. Ready? There it is. There's David as the referee. Right there. It kind of looks just like him, right? Except for this hat, right? Like, look. There you go, everybody. That's a UPR exclusive.
David will say he's going to murder you. That's what he's going to say, okay?
That's a UPR exclusive. Going back to this Monday Night Raw episode.
No. We have 3-year anniversary this year. This week we're celebrating it. We have David Sanderson as a referee in the game. We have the announcement of a new sister YouTube channel, Unpopular Review Gaming. Got to change that a little bit, but Unpopular Review Gaming Big things going on Unpopular Review. Now let's go ahead and talk about little things Monday Night Raw.
Big things. Let's talk about big things. We got Usos versus Biggie and Riddle. Seth interferes in the middle of this match. Altogether, all this whole segment runs from the top of Raw to like probably about 40 minutes into Raw, the first hour. And so Seth interferes, who he was at ringside doing commentary. And then Randy Orton comes to run in and make the save after Seth interferes. So now this, after the commercial, becomes a 6-man tag between the Usos and Seth Rollins versus RK Bro and Big E. The result of this match is Rollins rolls up Riddle after 2 stiff elbows. I don't know if this is... It kind of looked like a Judas effect. Kind of like a quick kind of turn. I don't know if this is Seth's new finishing move, or it was just kind of something that he kind of decided to whip out.
It was very abrupt. I was a little surprised that he got pinned like that, but I guess they just wanted to surprise. I doubt they stopped the stomp again. If they did, please tell me you're not going to go back to stupid ass finishers, because I remember when he didn't want to do the pedigree anymore, he came up with this ripcord knee that was so underwhelming, so bad that they had to finally bring back the stomp. So I don't want to spend too much time acting like this is a new finisher. I really think it's just, hey, this was the call. But I'm praying that
I didn't want to spend too much time on that.
Charisma of Seth Rollins.
I don't want to. What?
Charisma of Seth Rollins.
The charisma. What do you? He's already got it.
I was because I always thought this guy's lacking good personality. His best gimmick that he's had for me was the Messiah. I liked the Messiah, but he still wasn't showing charisma with it. I just liked the gimmick, right? But I feel like since he had this new music and his new swag about him, his charisma has definitely shot. He made me like his entrance. His entrance is one of my favorite entrances in wrestling right now, simply because the man is dancing like only somebody like him could dance, I'll say.
Wow. All right.
I imagine you coming out to that music dancing, because I can see you have no rhythm. So I can imagine you like...
Fuck out. What are you fucking talking about? I'm Latino. I'm born with rhythm.
Just because you're Latino doesn't mean that you have rhythm, Steven.
I've seen you fucking... I've seen your clips on your fucking Facebook Live. You're the man with no fucking rhythm.
Not everything's a bachata, Steven. That's all I'm saying. Okay?
That's so fucking racist.
What are you talking about? I'd say so I've racist. Never seen you. You said...
Why's it got to be a bachata, huh? Why can't it be a flamenco?
I mean, I don't. Will you do a lambada? I mean, obviously you do a lambada. You have 4 kids.
It's racist.
Look, all I'm saying is, no, we talking. I don't look. Let's go. What else happened on Raw?
Listen, the real thing that I wanted to talk to you about, Seth versus Riddle, is. Correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, and you're pretty good at this because your memory is always remarkable when it comes to the history of when shit happens and especially where it happens. This is the first time Riddle and Seth Rollins are in the ring together since that controversy sometime, I think, last year, where Riddle's wife said something about Becky Lynch. Am I correct?
Incorrect.
Oh, they were in the ring together after that?
Yeah. They were in the ring together at the Royal Rumble earlier this year.
Okay. But I mean, like, besides that, they were...
Yes, you are right. In more of a traditional match, this was the first time they've been in the ring. But here's some information. So there was heat, supposedly. They had a conversation in the back. Seth said, it was nothing, blah, blah, blah. Matt apologized. And then they went to the Royal Rumble. It could have stiffed him a little bit because Matt got a little bruised off of that. They had some exchange of blows, but it could have. There's speculation and stuff stiffed them a little bit, but everything's water under the bridge. They're fine now. I'm not saying they're going to get into a long-term feud anytime soon. I'm just saying right now that's all in the past.
Gotcha. That's from inside knowledge, I guess, from the friend of the show, Matt Riddle. But I just thought it was interesting, and I thought it should be pointed out that I felt like this was the first time that these guys are doing business in the ring one-on-one, or as close to one-on-one. And it's also the finish of the match, right? You've got Seth rolling him up without a finisher for a 1-2-3. After this match, we've got a big skirmish. They're obviously bigging up Usos versus RK Bro for Survivor Series. And then you also have Big E who ends up kind of turning it up. He's not like this punk babyface champion that we're used to seeing.
Not at all.
He's the opposite. He's beating the shit out of, Jey Uso. And this was my favorite part of the night. He kept yelling, "Tell your daddy I'm ready. Tell your daddy Roman Reigns I'm coming for him. Tell your daddy, Chris, that I'm ready." How many people you've ever say that to?
So, Big Daddy Cool, I'll say this. One thing that I can't stand the WWE does is they say when at the end of a segment, I want you to say this line, and I want this line to be the line that hits home, right? So sometimes it's a good line, but unfortunately, because the TV time and all this other stuff, I have to hear them repeat it over and over and over again. And the end of this segment was no different. This man told him to tell his daddy message received 4 fucking days. It was pissing me off. Like, okay,
I loved it.
He's unconscious here. And then not only does he tell you to tell your daddy message received, tell your daddy I'll see you on Sunday, he then turns to the camera and says, "Roman."
He said, "Roman, I'm coming for you, daddy."
Is that what he said? I'm glad he didn't go the route of Booker T. But it's like I don't know what's going on. But no, you are absolutely 100% correct. Big E definitely has an edge about him, and that's really good for him to make his title reign, which won't be much longer, his title reign to be interesting. So I'm very happy to see it. But Big E is not going to have that world title, but for maybe 2 more months.
I need Big E to have a shirt that says, "I'm coming for you, daddy. I'm coming for you, daddy. Tell your daddy." Tell your daddy.
He might get one.
Let's catch up on some comments. We got Will watching us on YouTube. He says, "I loved the Liv Becky Lynch promos on the show tonight. Becky's promo was really good and weird babyface promo straight into heel promo when Liv came out just like that. Good stuff." Might as well get into
talk about that. I do want to get more into that because I completely agree with you. That was a little awkward for me.
Well, let's get into it right now. I mean, let me read a couple more comments and then we'll get into that one because I feel like that was probably the second best thing. Got Victor Nash watching us. What's going on, Vic? Says the band is incomplete without David. I know we missed David on Monday nights.
You want David on real quick? I can have him come on and say hi. He ain't stayed on.
Could David's mom be in a video game? Oh wow!
You know what? I could have sworn Elvis, you were in a video game before.
Oh, what was that? Ratchet and Clank?
No, Super Mario Brothers. You were the little mushroom that Mario jumped on.
Fucking guy. Charmaine is watching us on Twitch. What's going on, Charmaine? She says, "Steve is my favorite."
You are no longer invited to the anniversary party on Saturday. David! Hop on to say hi.
See, Dave,
you've been requested. Nobody. Charmaine, look, okay, in a non-sexual way, Charmaine's like the UPR bicycle. Like,
Jesus, you need to stop. Shut the fuck up, Chris. Shut up.
No, seriously.
We're about to lose our one Patreon again.
She does the same thing with UPRE. She's like, "Oh, this person's sexy," and I'm like, "Get the hell up!" Nah, you don't love me. Nah, that's you. What am I doing? You say hi. Hop on and say hi. Get on your own shit. You stay on my shit.
Get on your own shit.
Get on your shit. Get on your shit. Just hop on and say hi, and then you can go off and act like you're a referee or something. I don't know.
He is a referee. I can't wait to drop this GIF on him. I want to see his reaction when I throw that picture of him.
Oh my gosh. Hold up, ladies and gentlemen. Before we start talking about that, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll come back. David Sanderson, the technician, will be on to say hi to all his fans since he, abandoned ship. You don't want to see well, guess what? He don't want to see you. That's why he's not coming to New York 3. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back. After this commercial break, stay with us. You're watching
What's the matter with you?
Who's better, Undisputed Era or The Elite?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're talking about, is it the entire team together or is it each individual component that makes it up? If you take the sum of its parts, The Elite, might win out. But if you're talking about a cohesive unit that's always operated as one, the Undisputed Era probably would take that.
Definitely Undisputed Era, because in terms of like them even coming into NXT and just like forming and just like how dominant they were, like they won every single championship I think in NXT before all their tenures were over. In any case, I think the argument is pretty solid, but I don't know, like if it's some of their parts, the Elite. If it's just cohesive unit, it's the Undisputed Era.
You know, the funniest part about that commercial is that
Gordon Solie?
No. I missed this. The newest edition of UPR, the Divine Intervention. She came in. She was so intelligent. She's like, they talk about the summer's parts, and then the administrator, Stefan Duviella, he just hops on. He just said, "Oh yeah, summer's part." Like he knew what that term meant, and I know he did. I can see it in his eyes. It was just so funny to me. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Review. I'm the exec consultant. Joined today, of course, by my normal co-host on Mondays, Big Daddy Cool, here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Please make sure that you like, love, and share this to all your wrestling timelines and groups. We're celebrating 3 years anniversary this year, ladies and gentlemen. 3 years of Unpopular Review. So we're going to bring in some special guests all week long. Let's go ahead and bring in our first one. He left because he's a punk. Ladies and gentlemen,
you're killing me.
David Sanderson, also looking red. I feel like I should be down here because I don't have any life.
Oh, man. What's up, guys? It's good to see you.
What's going on? It's good to see you, too. Hey, we shouted you out earlier, and now that we have you here, we want to shout you out again. Because, I mean, it's amazing that, like, you actually made it to a video game. Like, we were very proud, and we showed this graphic that you, referee David Sanderson, are going to be in Indie Pro 2022. Tell us how you feel about that.
I feel great, man. Honestly, I know Chris is gonna murder me right now because I can't keep a straight face while doing this.
Oh, there's gonna be a murder going. There's gonna be a murder in a couple minutes, but it's not gonna be Chris.
But yeah, honestly, like I was really surprised. I applied to get in the video game and I made it in. And honestly, like I said, Chris is gonna hate me for this, but I could not have done this without the crew at UPR and the fans here at Unpopular Reviews. So I just want to thank each and every single one of you guys. And yeah, there it is. You're killing me.
Dave,
it feels really cool to be in a video game.
I reached out to Indie Pro to see if they could give us some leaked footage of you in the video game, and I was able actually to get something. Here's your motion capture of you as the referee in the video game. I think it's rather lifelike. This is you in the video game.
Hope you don't
okay, first
like
of all, I don't wear a sombrero as a referee. Second of all, I'm not a dog. I'm not Roman Reigns over here. I don't.
Like he goes, first of all, I don't wear a sombrero.
The funny part is the very thing that he put up. That was the thing that you led with. I don't wear a sombrero. I might be shaped like a box.
The fact that he's got a dog face.
Well, I don't wear a sombrero. Okay.
Oh man.
Anyways, congratulations again. I mean, it's amazing. It's really truly amazing. Good for you, Dave. All right, we don't want you to piss any wrestlers off, so you can leave. Don't say anything inappropriate. Get out of here.
Oh my God, here we go. All right, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it, and hope to see you guys soon. I don't wear a sombrero.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Unpopular Review, Raw Edition. Please make sure you like, love, and share this. All your wrestling timelines and groups. If you are watching this right now and you have not hit that like button, I don't know why you're watching us, because obviously you have something wrong in your brain. So that actually might be the reason you're watching this. I don't know. But go ahead and hit that like button. Zola, you over here saying what's up, technician. Make sure you hit that like button if you have not already. Elvis, do something once for good in your life besides stay off the streets. go ahead and hit that like button. We definitely would appreciate that. Let's go ahead and do some more.
Hold up. Elvis is saying, are you saying only a certain type of people wear sombreros? All I'll say to this is you should wear a sombrero to cover up that face.
I thought I was bad, right? I thought I was bad. You should be ashamed of yourself, Steven. You should be ashamed of yourself.
This is why I'm his favorite.
I like people who wear sombreros, so I don't want Elvis. You don't ever have to wear a sombrero, okay?
No, yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
He might have been voted for mayor if he wore a sombrero over his face.
How you get voted for mayor of Garbage Town? I don't understand. Speaking of Garbage Towns, let's talk about the crowd in Indianapolis. Like, were they dead tonight?
Listen, they weren't half as bad as Rhode Island. Rhode Island was a fucking shit show.
Rhode Island was worse, but I'll tell you this. When I look at the crowd in Indianapolis tonight for Raw, I see why sometimes people find AEW more exciting. Because if you see the fans' reaction when AEW, when somebody like Tay Conti comes out, as opposed to on Raw when Bobby Lashley comes out, it's amazing. I'm like, what the hell is Tay Conti, right? I was on the AEW, what's that pay-per-view, Full Gear Review show. And damn, David, your cough is carried over to Steve. He's been coughing all night. But so I was on that review show, and I said, "Hey, take Conti." Well, we'll talk more about Hangman Page later because I do have some shit to say about Hangman Page. I want to add more about Hangman Page after I talked about him last night. I'm gonna talk more about it today because he ain't it.
Let's talk about Becky Lynch's promo. She starts off by rattling off how she. She just doesn't really like Charlotte. Again, building up this whole story about how they used to be best friends. They used to ride in the car together. And Charlotte let her ego get in the way of their friendship. And, when Becky was the number 2, it was good for Charlotte. And then when Becky became the man, then that's when they had real issues. It's starting to show after tonight, especially after Charlotte's promo on Friday was really good. I want to say the fact that they're not face to face, which maybe might happen on Friday, is taking a step out of this. I'm really excited about this for the fact that it might be people are speculating that it's a shoot, right? That they hate each other backstage, especially after the belt exchange. From the moment, you know me, Chris, from the moment it happened, I was like, this shit's a fucking work. Bullshit that they hate each other. And I still believe that way, but I buy in. Out of all the Survivor Series matches that have been announced, I'm looking forward to this one the most because I feel like these guys can give each other some stiff shots on Sunday and actually build this and extend it to WrestleMania to be one of the main events of Saturday night. I know you disagree, but that's what I think.
I think Rhea and Bianca are going to have it for Raw, at WrestleMania. But I will say this: that's how I feel about Becky versus Charlotte. Yet again, the female variants of Randy Orton versus John Cena. I'm sick of seeing them, but I do agree with you now. I started to think this is more of a work. You are absolutely right now. And I used to always think I always called you Big Daddy Cool conspiracy theory because you always had this conspiracy theory about everything being work. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I actually thought Steve was full of shit. But then, send me a message, George. You can be a guest. I'm opening up for guests for a brief period of time today. Not all episode, but a brief period of time. It's 30-year anniversary. Every single episode this week is free for guests. But I will say this: one thing happened, and I said, you know what? That guy Steve is a smart guy. He might be right about conspiracy theory, and that is, I found out that aliens do exist. Here he is, right here. This man is the alien. I had no idea, and so you know what, Steve? I apologize for every negative thing I've ever said about you. You are absolutely right, man. Because we have Men in Black on Earth. All right.
Thank you. To Will's point earlier in the show, where he was saying that this. The promo, like, she was really good at, like, getting Becky, I'm talking about, it was really good at getting people to, like, cheer for her and boo Charlotte, right? Like, get behind her. And that's her natural kind of position, right? Even, like, last week I was saying with Barbara, the wrestling doll, that the problem with Becky versus Bianca is that Bianca's not the face. Or she's not the more over face. Becky still is. So to put them together. Hey, you saw it last week, Chris.
It's arguable.
Last week she won and cheated to beat Bianca and still got a pop when she won.
Anybody, most people get a pop when they win a match. I mean, that's not the case. The case is,
Chris,
I think of every single babyface on that female roster on Raw and SmackDown, exception maybe Sasha, who turned face for no reason. But I think Bianca Belair is the closest thing to make Becky Lynch get booed. Liv Morgan almost got it kind of today too, though. She did, because some people are giving that little let's cheer the underdog thing. So they're trying to get behind Liv Morgan, but Liv Morgan does not look right with the title.
Well, that was my point last week. Was I think that Liv Morgan is that person to get her some boos, because Liv Morgan has this ground swelling of fans that are, really behind her. And you could see it when she lifted up the title today. As weird as you might say it looks, people cheered and it popped.
Because people are fickle. That's why.
I agree with that.
They cheered when Nikki Ash won the title.
But they didn't cheer for Bianca.
They cheered for Bianca when she won the SmackDown Women's title.
They did, but I'm saying
she won the Raw Women's title a couple weeks ago.
The trouble is, from town to town, it switches up. If they would have put Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair in Madison Square Garden, I guarantee Becky would have been booed and Bianca would have gotten the overwhelming reaction. But because last week's episode was, I forget where it was, Bumblefuck, West Idaho or whatever.
That's where Elvis is from.
They didn't cheer for her. They cheered for Becky. So that's the problem. So now with Liv, hopefully they'll start kind of, ginning up some interest. But the trouble is, like, it's a disconnect for me to see Becky work face in one part of this promo and then turn it up heel. And also, like, she was the bigger problem that I have with this section of the show tonight was Becky shouting out Charlotte was very interesting to me. Like, I want more. I'm interested. I'm engaged. I want more. And then fucking Liv Morgan comes out. What the fuck? At that point, it was like a heel interruption. Like, why are you here? And it was just not fucking hitting for me. And then she comes out and then she's like dead. It's like deadpan energy. And so Becky had to interrupt her and was like, no. You did nothing. She shows some old clip of her and talking smack from like 4 months ago about how like she's like that nobody watched. But I'm glad that they called it back. All right, kudos. And Becky's like, I was gone. You can't blame me that I held you down. I wasn't here. I like that wink to Cena. And she's like, you a bum. And so this, like, I wanted her to get physical with her. I wanted her to get physical last week when she was face to face with her. She should have just mushed her in the face. It would have been a real heel thing to do. But I don't know, man. I want to see her act dastardly, and I haven't seen that from Becky Lynch. And I don't know if I am.
She can turn it off and on pretty well, but the thing is, if she's supposed to be a heel, she needs to remain a heel. She can't tease the fans by being a babyface. I mean, we had a 4 Horsewomen episode about a month ago, and the general consensus of the 4 Horsewomen right now, she's the weakest link. However, she's still the most over and she's still the most popular. I to make an argument earlier when I said about some jabroni who won a world title the other day, who has a little over 100,000 Instagram views. Becky Lynch has over 5 million. Instagram subscribers. Becky Lynch has over 5 million Instagram subscribers. Becky Lynch is a bona fide star. But people want to cheer her for reasons I don't understand. Now, she can turn heel very well because I think she did a very good job against Becky. Becky, what's her name? Liv Morgan. She does a good job against Bianca Belair. But she also still likes to be a face. She still likes to get those cheers and admiration. And you can tell that. So if that's what you want to do, Becky, remain a babyface. Don't do the heel thing.
I know. I feel like it's too tough for her.
Liv is not the weakest link. The weakest link of the Riot Squad was Sarah Logan, by far.
Oh my God, I love. Who was it? Was it Becky that told Liv last week that she was all like, "Your two patsies couldn't handle it, and that's why they bounced and left."
I didn't hear that comment.
Oh,
but that's facts. That's true.
I think she said something like
but
that.
That's not true. That's not true. I think Ruby Riot's a talent, and I think it's a shame that she didn't get as far as to go as she should have in WWE. Not that I disagree with her release. I'm just saying that I think that she's actually a lot better than they give her time to build. So
I know you hate Shotzi, but I'm going to ask you a loaded question.
Sure.
If you had to draft one of these two, Shotzi Blackheart or Ruby Riot?
Ruby Riot, 100%.
I knew it.
100%. Not a doubt in my mind. There's no way in the world anybody can sit here and tell me that Shotzi is better than Ruby Riot. No way. There's nothing about Shotzi that's better than Ruby Riot.
She got a tank.
And she missed every single time she tried to shoot that thing. Every single time. It was like a Charlotte moonsault. Never hit the person.
She's not trying to kill people.
It's a toy plastic missile. Give me a break. She's supposed to hit somebody. And she don't hit somebody, then the guy or woman looks like a damn fool because the only time she hit somebody is when they did the sophomore humor thing and she shot somebody in the balls. I forgot who it was.
You know why? You know why she missed? It was because of Ember Moon. That's why she got fired.
She probably did because Ember Moon was a miss also. Do you think that Nikki Bella come back this Sunday? So this is the 3-year anniversary. And what makes Unpopular Review so good is the fact that we always had the most comical comments that make absolutely no sense. Here's an example of one. Do I think that Nikki Bella is coming back this Sunday? Where in your right mind do you think you see something that says Nikki Bella is coming back this Sunday? I mean, really? Seriously?
I mean, she could easily pop into the blank Survivor Series SmackDown team. They're missing 2 spots.
No. George Samuel Lewis, he's making a sense right here. He says, Ruby Riot calls Shotzi because Shotzi Blackheart needs to be released. This is why when George says, hey, I want to be a guest on the show. I said, hey, send me a message. You can be on the show. I'll let you have an opinion. I'll give you 2 minutes to tell everybody why you think this is correct. Because you are absolutely right. Absolutely right.
Nah, you're wrong.
I think Roman beats E and E goes after KO, and then KO leaves WWE and heads to AEW.
Yeah, no, I think they'll feed Kevin Owens to Big E. But not Roman. This segment ends with Liv getting lucky by hip tossing Becky after Becky tries the manhandle slam.
No.
Yeah, that's the end of that. And before that was we had Bianca Belair versus Tamina in a match, and that was just kind of a
Tamina's best one-on-one match she's had in quite some time.
It was pretty good, but again, Bianca gets real good pops when she does these feats of strength in a match. And I think this match was exactly that. And
this is the last time I highlight one of your comments, Owens, but let me answer this question. If you have to pick a viewer that you like more, the choices are me or Ricky from the UK. It's Ricky from the UK. So to answer any of these questions, Ricky Pate.
Who?
The Rock wannabe. If you have to pick a viewer that you like more, the choices are me, Elvis, or I will always pick Or. That's the last comment I'll highlight from you. All right,
Whore? Did you say whore?
I would pick or anybody over Elvis.
Got you. Wow.
Anybody in the world. Or off this world since you're an alien.
I just quickly want to ask you your thoughts on Doudrop the last couple weeks. You've been very critical about Doudrop taking a spot from somebody that was recently released, and every time I hear this, I believe it. Now I'm to the point where I believe it. This should have been Nia Jax's spot.
It was supposed to be Nia Jax's spot. If you don't believe me, you really need to pay attention. Doudrop was a babyface. They just gave her brand new music, a brand new gimmick, and she was all dancing. She was supposed to be catering to the kids. That was what Doudrop's gimmick was supposed to be. All of a sudden, just like out of this, a couple days after Nia Jax was released, even though she already admitted that Nia Jax herself admitted, they want her back. I think today's episode of Monday Night Raw, they wanted her back. Why? Because Bianca Belair was getting out of the title picture, but they wanted to keep her looking strong. So they put her up with another strong heel. Nia Jax, if you say anything about Nia Jax, she's a very strong heel. Plus, the image of Bianca Belair picking up Nia Jax, even for a KOD, is going to be an amazing picture.
That's right.
That's why they wanted to rush her back, because they needed to do that immediately after the Becky Lynch, because almost anybody else after Becky Lynch is going to be a big step down. So you had to do it.
You're right.
Doudrop, and people are going to say this is fat shaming. I don't care, because it's possibly that's true. Doudrop is a large woman. So she could easily just fit and do the same exact stuff as Nia Jax, and Bianca Belair could still look strong. And that's all that she's there for at this point, is to put Bianca Belair over, because they want Bianca Belair to be the face of the women's division.
Chris, can I ask you a question?
You can ask me anything you want.
Is it fucked up if I was in the kitchen at this time and I wasn't really looking at my screen, and then I heard Doudrop talking, and I was like, oh, Nikki Ash is out there talking shit to Bianca Belair? What is going on?
Yes, it is effed up, and let me tell you why it's effed up. One, because you said you're in the kitchen and you heard Doudrop talking, so automatically you thought about a kitchen when you heard Doudrop, and I think that's terrible, right? Every single time, Steve and I have been doing this for almost 2 years. The fat shaming is incredible. I don't understand it, right? I don't understand. Yes, Steve. To answer your question, yes, that's fine.
I wasn't fat shaming. I was more kind of like.
You just said you were in the kitchen because you heard Doudrop.
Because I was in the kitchen.
You heard Doudrop.
And I heard her speaking her Scottish.
No, don't try to change it to the language. You were.
No?
Hey, do you think any of the female wrestlers were fully shaved or waxed for tonight's match? It seems they were fully bushed tonight. You know, I was paying attention to that.
Wow, you know, this is a good question by Nasty Canada. No wonder
his name is Nasty. No wonder Canada.
Nasty.
You are perfect.
Wow,
you fit your YouTube moniker perfectly, Nasty Canada.
Wow, good job, Nasty Canada. Any of the female wrestlers were fully shaved or waxed? But the better question, Nasty Canada, and I'd like to gather your opinions. Do the carpets match the drapes? Speaking of which, let's talk about Street Profits versus Alpha Academy.
Speaking of which,
what a great segue, right?
Speaking of bushes, see Montez is really letting his hair out.
Speaking of bushes, I'd like to see Otis hide behind one.
There we go. I haven't seen this match before. Alpha Academy versus Street Profits SmackDown. So, okay. I'm a huge fan of Chad Gable. Huge fan of Chad Gable.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see they're trying to do something with him. You hear that awkward silence? Why does that happen every time Chad Gable comes out? I don't understand. Like, it is terrible because the man is so talented. I actually kind of want him to go to AEW.
You know what was strange about this first exchange during this match is he starts the match starts with Papa Doc Dawkins in the match with Chad Gable, and they start doing this chain wrestling. And what I was more impressed by was Dawkins, because I'm like, oh shit, Dawkins can handle himself.
He's underrated.
Yes,
he's so overshadowed because Montez Ford is a star. Montez Ford, is going to go and do some big things as an Intercontinental Champion. But Dawkins, I remember you used to hate Tucker. You used to fat shame on Tucker. So
God, I'm about to get into in a couple of minutes when I'm talking about Otis.
Go ahead.
Listen, the hate that I fucking had about Tucker. Listen, I told you before he got even fucking released that this fucking Tucker they should have thrown his ass to the curb long time ago. The problem was they couldn't lift him and throw him that far because, I used to feel that way about Tucker, right? What did I used to tell you? When Otis and Tucker were tag team, they should have just stolen the entire Rockers gimmick, had Otis become the Heartbreak Kid, and super kick Tucker through a barbershop window, and they never listened to that. They never did that. So they fired Tucker because he's garbage. And now they changed poor Otis's gimmick, and now I feel the same way about Otis. I don't want to see Otis.
Otis could be a star if you.
No, he can't. What kind of star is he going to be? Chris, what are you talking about?
This fat shame has got to stop. Okay, first you're talking about Doudrop in the kitchen, right? You talking about Tucker. Otis could be a star. Otis is a legitimate talent. It's just not his time yet. But he's got a good position because he has Chad Gable with him. Street Profits are going to go over to feud. Street Profits are going to want to take those tag team titles off of RK Bro. But
Chris, are you drunk?
I haven't drank anything.
Are you drunk? Otis is not going to be a star. You see him? Look,
Otis can be a star.
I'll give him props. He worked as a big man tonight. You saw him do what he was supposed to be doing 6 to 8 months ago. But this man is not entertaining anymore. He used to be entertaining, and they took everything away from him. Now he's just a complete buffoon. He's an ogre. I feel like I'm watching Shrek fucking wrestle. Like, this is fucking lame.
Why does it have to be Shrek?
I need this guy fucking gone.
Why does it have to be Shrek?
Because he looks like fucking Shrek. That's why.
You're fat shaming me again.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
And when I see Otis in the ring, I wanna vomit, and that makes me think of Green, and that makes me think of Shrek, because he's got a big ogre face like Shrek. Fucking Otis.
Never thought I would
can't
say
stand
this, but that
of
breaks
Otis.
my heart. As somebody who likes the same eating style.
See that? I'm allergic just talking about fucking Otis.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to. We got another person in the back going to come and say hi to you all. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to say hi to this person.
Hold on a second. What? You know what? I'm gonna. When we go into this break, while we go into this break, I want you to think of this one question.
Okay.
WWE Twitter dropped this question. Said, "What is 3 words to describe Otis?" I want you to think about that, and when we come back from this commercial, I want you to drop your 3 words that you think describe Otis. Drop them in the chat, and we'll read them. Go ahead.
Charlie says Tony Storm is totally underused. G is great in NXT. He should be the Survivor Series team. I think. Do you agree? Instead of Aaliyah or Natalya, what do you think? Are they going to give her that spot?
Probably replace Aaliyah. I would say keep Natalya in the team only because she's had the experience and been in Survivor Series longer out of everybody that's in Team SmackDown, which is what they've also said when they were having the match in the 6-way tag match. Even if you don't like Natalya, you got to keep the veterans in for this thing to be smart. That's how I feel. If you don't like
100% agree with Natalya staying in the match. I feel like if anybody would give up their spot, it should be the vet. I feel like you're a veteran. Once they said she's been in more Survivor Series matches than anybody on either roster, I was like, it's time. It's time to just move it over and elevate somebody else. If anybody should be taken out of the match, it should have been Natalya. I get why they did it with Aaliyah. Natty can sit on the bench for this year's Survivor Series, for me at least. Like she does her greatest hits on SmackDown and on main event. We don't need to see it at Survivor Series.
It's amazing to hear Stefan and Barbara do all that talking, and Willie with the facts down there at the bottom, which is amazing. What's up, Wrestling Doll? How you doing? Big Daddy Cool. He's taking a phone call. The break's only 60 seconds.
The location is Indianapolis.
What?
Yeah. His name's Otis. Thank you. Sorry, I was just getting off the phone with Waste Management. I told them that where to pick up the trash.
You were terrible. That was
Otis is hot trash. Look at this. I asked for 3 words. I only need 1 word to describe Otis. 1 word. Here's Charmaine, big fat loser. Thank you. That's what everybody was probably thinking. You know what's 1 word? Buffoon. Lummox. That's 2 words. There you go. That describe Otis. I'm done with fucking Otis. He needs to get fired. I'm gonna send Vince McMahon a tweet right now. Say, get rid of Otis. Do me a favor, buddy. I'm gonna say, first time, long time, Vince. I'm a shareholder. True story. Please get rid of Otis.
Vince,
guys, you're watching Unpopular Review. Please make sure you like.
Waste management.
gonna listen.
That's right.
Why did you do that? That's terrible. Waste management for Otis?
That's right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, I see. I get it. You think that I called waste management because he needs waste management?
No, that's not what.
Look at his fat. Let me tell you something. As we do not fat shame here at Unpopular Review. So all y'all calling him big fat loser and waste management and Humpty Dumpty, wrestling doll, sexy call me bicycle. I want you to remember something. I want you to remember. Stop.
Oh shit! I can't with you, Chris.
Stop the fat shaming, please.
I'm not fat shaming. I'm just telling you it's trash day, and the trash needs to be picked up. What is wrong with you, Chris?
Trash day is Wednesday. It gets picked up at 8:00 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, watching Unpopular Review. We are
picked up in Indianapolis.
3-year anniversary. Executive Consultant Big Daddy Cool joined right now helping celebrating our anniversary is one of the newest additions here in the Popular Review that just edged right in all nicely, and that is the wrestling doll.
Who knew there was so many Otis fans? We lost like 10% of our viewers.
Yeah, lost like 2 people.
I agree. The tragedy you picked up because you do lose Mandy Rose. Now Mandy Rose is the NXT Women's Champion.
There you go. You see that? That's a big sign right there. She dumped this sack of potatoes and ended up becoming the NXT champion.
What the fuck happened? There's still a couple.
You see? You start drooling yourself after you talk about Mandy Rose.
You know why I started drooling? I started drooling because Barbara came on, and Charmaine reminded me that she's sexy. So I had to. Yeah. Oh, no blush. I mean, Puerto Rican princess is just putting it out there. Look, she's winking in a mask. She's like Carmella. All right.
Carmella. No.
Anyways, where were we? Montez Ford. I also had to write down this man. Do you know anybody else that drops the best drop kicks? Nobody drops a better drop kick than Montez Ford.
Dolph Ziggler. Hey, Mr. Ooh, you want to come on too? Just let me know. You can come on voice only because you're probably in bed shaving your beard or something. But go ahead.
Who's it, Stefan?
Nah, not the beard. Stefan don't have a beard.
Oh. I mean, I don't know. He had a big announcement last week. So
okay, first of all, this is a clue.
Maybe
there's only one person who says this on every episode.
Me?
No, this is all over the place. It's Ron. That's all Ron.
Oh, that's Ron?
Yeah. Only Ron that says this is all forgive me, I'm all over the place. See, short. See?
Oh no, he's coming. Now we gotta lose another viewer.
Hey, we didn't lose viewers because David was on. I think we're
Let me see. That's all I had. We had Street Profits win this match, as they rightfully should, because, I feel sorry for Chad Gable. What's he going to do with Otis? He's trying his best.
He should go to AEW. I really do. And I wouldn't say that about people I like, but I think he will do better in AEW on Dark and Elevation.
You know what's fucked up about?
At least get a crowd reaction.
You know what's fucked up, Chris, is you get on my shit because you say that I'm fat shaming.
You are.
But when you do it, it's fine. You saying that Chad Gable should take Otis to an AEW restaurant and drop his ass off because to get burgers and fucking shakes?
Steve,
that's probably exactly how he's gonna lose him.
AEW, because
you tell some of the greatest show. Oh, that's what it is. Okay, I got AEW. I was like, how the hell did we get here? I could not figure it out in my GPS. I'm like, did I ask Siri how to get somewhere? And that's what came up because that's how I felt right.
That joke's over in Canada because that's where they have those restaurants.
Yeah, I heard they're nasty in Canada too. Chad Gable going to AEW. George has been seeing things since Jesus took a rest on the 7th day. So let me tell you something. Puerto Rican princess. What about me? I don't know, Raven. Tell me. What about you?
All right. Let's keep moving. We had Nikki Ash.
Share if you haven't done so already.
We had Nikki Ash versus Zelena. This was great. Queen Zelena wins with a code red and a Carmella distraction. Queen Zelina's just amazing. Right, Wrestling Doll?
She doesn't like Queen Zelena.
What?
So.
I thought we was best friends last week. Now you're gonna talk trash about Queen Zelena?
We didn't talk much about Queen Zelena Vig anyway, so
she's. We talked about how that was. Chris, who said we should vote her for Team Raw? Remember when we did the SmackDown and Raw draft?
Yes, you picked Zelena, and he went with Carmella, and you went with him because of how pretty Carmella is.
Beautiful.
They're both beautiful.
Most beautiful woman in WWE.
All right, you're not Corey Graves. Don't even.
The next match, I got into it with. I didn't really get into it with this guy on Twitter. Raj Giri mentioned that Rhea's not over, and then I said, "What are you talking about, Raj?" She just got probably the loudest pop of the night when she went to go defend Nikki Ash against Carmella. And then when Rhea started hulking up, she got another pop. And it's not that fake canned pop. People were actually kind of like hyped up to like see her get all like muscular and hulk up and shit.
I always do.
What's that? You get hulked up when you see Rhea?
When Barbara's wrestling in a match, she likes to get hulked up with stuff.
Yeah?
I'm going to send you a video of her last wrestling match.
Oh, she wrestles? I didn't know
she wrestles.
I thought she was just a camera woman.
I am. Chris is just talking nonsense.
Oh,
He's
all
trying
right.
to keep the damn ring. Unless I'm a ring announcer, it's not gonna happen.
We'll see.
All right, very good. All right. Yeah, so we had Rhea win this match, as she should. I think Rhea's getting over, man, because of this this tag team, right?
Rhea is getting over. She's very charismatic and she's good at what she does. That's why I believe.
Oh my God, did that actually come out of your mouth? You hate her.
It did.
I don't like Rhea Ripley, but I'm going to acknowledge what I see. I'm always going to be truthful about what I see.
I mean, I don't
Hangman Adam Page is a terrible champion, but Rhea Ripley is going to be somebody who's going to go after that Raw Women's Championship against Bianca Belair. She probably will beat Becky, and it'll be her and Bianca Belair at
I want to see that.
But you know whose opinion I want to hear? I want to hear this guy down here because apparently he was asked to be here. I don't know by who, but that will be
apparently you.
You asked me to be here. Hi, everybody. I saw it was a party. I couldn't help it. I said I needed to be here.
It's the 3-year anniversary of UPR on a Monday night. I'm sorry, actually about to be a Tuesday. We're actually in a Tuesday morning, and we're still doing better than you do on Tuesdays. So, you know, like,
no, I wanted to hear the rest of his laugh because it always sounded like a cough after. But what was you going to say?
You've been hearing Steve cough this whole episode.
Well, no, I know. I've heard him cough all night. And Steve, I was kind of hurt because I heard, we're going to lose viewers now that I'm on. That kind of hurt my heart.
I defended your honor, buddy. I did.
I'm sorry. I can see the armor in the back. Thank you for that. That was very nice.
I did it. I was just going to say because he keeps yanking the viewers to come into the chat. So, like, Barbara was watching, and then she came in, and then you were watching, and you came in. So that's -2.
Well, I'm glad to be here. What were we talking? We were talking Raw. We always talking about how stuff was going Raw. Where we at here?
We were past the part where we wanted to take out the trash, which was Otis.
Oh, that was tremendous. You got the crowd really riled up there. I saw a lot of Humpty Dumpty reference.
I know.
Someone called them Kevin James. I saw all these references and stuff like that. I just
we don't fat shame here at Unpopular Review. Not Unpopular Review, not UPRE, not Unpopular Review Gaming. Like you.
Well, gaming is new. Give him time.
Oh my God.
Give him time.
Give him time.
Give him time.
What else happened on Monday Night Raw?
Let's see. Post-match, Zelena sells Survivor Series. I think Queen Zelena is going to be one of the sole survivors. I think she's going to be the reason that Team Raw wins.
Ooh.
Hey, Chris, what happened to the NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw? Okay.
Oh, boy.
That would have been an interesting twist.
No, it would not have been.
Not this NXT.
Raw versus SmackDown versus 2.0 is not going to work, okay?
No.
They actually had some stars in NXT that actually made it look like they were almost on the same level as Raw and SmackDown. I still say almost because I still don't think they were completely on that same level at the time, but they did. They looked better.
They looked more legitimate.
They looked more legitimate.
That 2019 roster looked way more legitimate.
Now, even though I feel like this class has some good stars in NXT 2.0, they're still not big or over enough to be in a match with a Bobby Lashley.
No.
They're not.
No.
Or even Sasha Banks.
What about Samoa Joe Jr.? What's his name?
Solo
Sikoa.
Yeah. The third Uso.
Isn't that we are the one?
Third Uso.
No. He's Samoa Joe.
Oh,
he comes out with a towel on his head.
But besides that, he looks like an Uso.
Well, isn't he one anyways?
Yeah, he's Samoan and he has a towel over his head. It's Samoa Joe. You're just saying that it's not Samoa Joe because he's not fat. Now who's fat shaming?
Because you
have you got a valid point. No, you got a valid point there.
Thank you, Ron. See, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
This
guy, he's making.
Well, one is better than zero. Rude. Yeah, he is the king of rude. He eats rude pie. Oh. But yeah,
I'm not gonna be on that show, so you feel free to be on tomorrow.
No.
Don't bring up pie. Don't bring up pie because Nasty Canada might come back and start asking about beef curtains.
Not since Stefan Duviella has been on this episode has I seen somebody try to make this episode about Tinder. So Barbara,
oh my God.
Charmaine has a question for you, and I'll let you answer that question at another time, or it should be on later. So,
who?
Charmaine, but Elvis will be on tomorrow night for NXT.
No. Stop lying. Don't do that.
Don't say.
Don't do that.
Tomorrow night NXT, we have Bad Guy Jack, we have the Captain, we have the Full Nelson, and
Ultimate Fan.
if his internet connection's working, Elvis Martinez. So
send the thing. We'll try to have you on air or something like that. I don't know. I might be even fucking lying. But whatever.
I really need to see Chris on the NXT show so he can go on another 10-minute rant about how much Boa sucks. That shit was hilarious last week.
The Boa is awful.
My man you guys went to commercial break and he said, "We'll be back with the rest of NXT." This man comes back from commercial and he's like, "And another thing, Boa still sucks." I said, "Holy shit! Did Boa steal his girlfriend? What is?
I'm saying this all week. Who's buying tickets for Boa? Right? Like who's buying? And NXT 2.0 is free.
I didn't buy
still
tickets
not buying tickets.
Oh my goodness. That's
people
awful.
go see. Man, what about the Asian people? The Asian community is going to go see Boa. What about the masked? They want to see the people that paint their faces. The Danhausen community.
No, they want to see Asuka. They want to see Xia Li. Nobody cares about Boa.
Yeah,
I want to like Boa. Boa seems like a cool guy. Like I go get
a drink with him. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Some sake.
No, I can tell. Yeah, get a drink with him. But no, Boa sucks.
But as far as seeing him in the ring.
I don't even think it's just he's sucks. It's just the whole the thing is over.
That's what I see him do in the ring. Who?
Exactly.
That's what Elvis'
you
mom
guys
says.
Are so rude.
That's what Elvis' mom
God.
says when Elvis tries to call her "Wish her happy birthday." She says, "Who? It's me, my Elvis." Who? What?
You wait till Boa shows up on Cameo. I'm gonna buy a cameo for wishing Chris a happy birthday.
If you do that, let me know. Send me your Zelle information. I'm gonna Zelle you that quarterback because.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I don't need Boa in any cameo. I just don't. Well, I could probably go down to the local puppy shelter. See
him buy a ticket for Otis.
You know who's buying tickets for Otis? People that want to see the hot dog eating contest on July 4th. That's who buys tickets to see Otis.
You're fat shaming again.
No, I'm not. What? He says it himself. He likes.
What else happened to Monday Night Raw? Come on, as Ron will say, we're all over the place.
We are all over the place. We're having a fun time.
There we go.
Let's talk about Kevin Owens versus Finn Balor. This was probably the match of the night between these two.
That's for sure.
They actually should have been Kevin Owens a fucking win.
Yeah, I know, right?
They actually gave him a fucking win. Like I was actually surprised when I saw that because, like, I mean, what he's turned heel, right? We can say officially he's turned heel, right? And I'm saying, okay, that's cool, but what does that mean? And I guess you guys talked about it earlier, about him and Finn's encounter early in the night. And I said, oh, well, let's see what happens in this match. And they gave him the fucking win. I was actually surprised. I was happy for him. I was like, oh, now they're trying to give him some momentum. I don't think it's going to mean much. He beat Finn. They got that match where they're teaming up on Survivor Series, correct?
Yes.
I mean, good for him. It was a competitive match. It was a good match. I don't think they've ever had a stinker. But they gave Kevin Owens a fucking win. I was like, oh shit, good for him.
Yeah, anyone clean, just one stunner, boom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, I know his stunner has been more his primary finisher, but like when he does the pop up, sometimes we're like, oh right, that's not his finisher anymore. So
yep. Yeah, so I was impressed with this. Any other thoughts on this match? I think we can just kind of move along.
Sure.
Doll, anything?
Other than this was the match of the night and should have been the main event? No.
No,
the main event should have been Bobby killing people.
No, the main event I thought was
what it is every time he's there. It's
I just want to see Bobby go to a kid's birthday party and see what he does.
He killed
he's great.
Serious chances of being in Survivor Series, and now he killed Ray's chances of being in Survivor Series.
Good.
Kevin Owens and Finn Balor had a solid match. Now I'm sure Cap's upset because Finn Balor had to take the L, and Finn Balor's taken a few L's since coming back now.
What, he smokes?
Oh my!
What's the next thing to discuss on Monday Night Raw?
We've got AJ and Omos versus the Dirty Dogs. Omos squashes Ziggler and Rude.
AJ was the one that got the pin after a phenomenal forearm, though.
Well,
yeah, but who did most of the heavy lifting?
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler.
I mean, he got thrown around.
We're not talking about when he was dating what's her name?
Which one?
The comedian.
Oh God!
No.
Amy.
Amy
God!
It was Amy Schumer.
Schumer.
Yes.
It was Schumer. Yeah.
I mean, lifting up Nikki Bella's. I mean, heavy lifting too. If you know what I mean.
According to Puerto Rican Princess, Nikki Bella is going to be a Survivor Series on Sunday.
I wish.
She is? What's her scoop? Besides ice cream, what's her scoop?
Apparently her
What's
name.
her scoop?
Apparently somebody's name who's Tabitha. That's her scoop.
Hey, Charmaine, how's your roommate?
Yeah.
What was her name?
Tabitha.
Chris, you remember what her roommate's name was? Oh my God, Chris, you're so bad.
I don't. I swear to God, I do not remember.
What was her name? Raquel?
No, it wasn't Raquel. That's on Tuesdays. I was like, what are you talking about? I forgot her name.
We are a full-blown mess. Let's just talk about this main event.
All over the place.
I think her roommate moved out. She moved in with her boyfriend or something. I forget. And when she did that, Beba. Yeah.
Beba Rexa.
And I forgot her name. Don't even know she exists anymore.
So
I don't even know we're still Facebook friends.
Yeah, right. Chris has got something to do after we go off the air. Main event time: Rey Mysterio versus Smashley. Rey was supposed to defend the honor of his son, who got washed last week by Bobby Lashley, or as I like to call him, Bobby Smashley.
We remember.
I know. MVP is missing. Chris, why is MVP missing?
He is injured.
Again.
Do you know any details of the injury?
Yes.
He's not going to tell us.
You want to drop some knowledge, or do you want to just?
So apparently,
he tried cutting Otis in catering, and then
on Saturday he watched AEW Full Gear and saw Adam Page win the World Championship. And he was in such shock and disappointment. He stood up and retwisted his ankle, so he has to be out for a while.
I thought it was he made the.
Go ahead, Fat Shane. Go ahead.
I thought he made the error of cutting Otis in the catering line.
Yeah.
Stop fat shaming Otis.
I'm not. I'm just saying that Otis is an angry guy.
Why? Because his eyes are like always closed when he looks at you?
Because he can't put his arms all the way up in the air.
Well, only when he's lifting up a keg.
Can we talk about this main event between two former world champions, the almighty Bobby Lashley versus Rey Mysterio with no
This
title?
was a great match. I thought it needed more Lashley smashing Rey and Dominic for that matter. I just want to see Lashley just lay waste to all these bums. It's unfortunate. The real news came after Lashley made Rey tap out from the Hurt Lock. And that was Adam Pearce coming out and saying that Rey sucks so badly in this match that he's taking him off the Survivor Series team and replacing him with someone to be named later, at which point Austin Theory slides into the ring to take selfies of him with dead people. And Adam Pearce goes, "Oh, I like your attitude, taking selfies with dead people. How about you replace Rey Mysterio?" So, as someone mentioned in the chat earlier, and I'll start with you, Ron, does it make sense for Adam Pearce to delete poor
Mysterio?
Dom Mysterio, because he doesn't have a title, but yet then 2 weeks later replace him with a guy that doesn't have a title?
Ooh, that's actually a really good question. I didn't even look at that. No, I gotta say that when you bring it up like that, no, it don't make sense, because it's like, hey, look, all these guys are former world heavyweight champions. So, hey, look, you're the weak link. We're gonna remove you,
and they replace
our former world champion. But I sit here and go, he wanted to punish Rey, especially when Rey, I mean, I always enjoy like the guys who are under like 5'6" and they just think they have something to stand on because they're small, and they say, yeah, like him. So he's sitting there and he puffs his chest off at Pierce. Or what's his name on like social media? Like something daddy, scrap daddy.
Scrap
daddy. Yes, something daddy. Not my daddy. And he wanted to punish this little bastard. And you know what? Good for him. Get him out of here.
Go tell your daddy.
Yeah, scrap before your daddy gets scrapped.
Go tell your scrap daddy.
Yes, he's a scrapper. He'll something with scraps. And blood.
Doll, any thoughts on this Austin Theory? Anything?
that it's hypocritical that, like you said, Pierce put him in even though he has no titles, and then takes out Dominic because he has no titles, and it's like, wow, he really wants Raw to lose.
But Chris, doesn't it make sense to give a young up and comer like Austin Theory an opportunity to be in this spot and kind of get, some prestige rubbed on him by all these former world champions in the Survivor Series match? Like, Dom has had opportunities. He's been on this main roster for 2 years now, and he hasn't done shit. So
he might have shit.
Doesn't it make sense to replace him with Austin Theory?
Yes, it does. and I'm going to say this one time. Fans are fickle. Okay? They don't want Austin Theory to be in this match because they don't feel like he deserves it. They feel like it should be somebody, Rey Mysterio, who's pushing 50 and been, past his time. So they want him in it, but not Austin Theory. But let WWE say, okay, well, since Austin Theory, you're not working for us, let's release you. Oh my God, you fired Macho Man Randy Savage. How could you? This is what I'm talking about. I don't understand fans. Austin Theory is a really good talent who has really gotten into his feet this second coming of him being on the main roster. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to be a sole survivor on Sunday. He's not. Right? He'll probably be the first one eliminated. Okay? But the fact is that shows that they have some faith in him, not only to be put into that segment on Sunday, but also the main event segment here on Raw, because it pretty much ended on him. That shows faith. But people want to complain, whine, and bitch about it. I really have no problem with Austin. Storyline doesn't make sense because it should be a former world champion. But I have no problem with this route. I mean, if I was going to replace him, I would put either AJ Styles in it, since he's a former world champion, or I would put Omos in it because,
he's huge.
Exactly. Omos, or maybe even Dabba-Kato. The poor man's Omos. I don't know.
Where is
Dabba-Kato? Apollo's on Raw.
Yeah,
he's going after the. I told you you're going to see him next week.
Good. He rolled up on Damian Priest a couple weeks ago.
So they're going to continue. As Steve said at the beginning of the show, they're running multiple storylines at the time, right? So today was all about Survivor Series. Every single segment pretty much was all about.
Gotta hype it up, yeah.
They had to give Damian Priest a video package because he said, "Hey, we ain't got time for you, player. All right, we're going to give you a video package, and we're just going to announce your wrestling Shinsuke Nakamura, even though there's absolutely no reason for you. Well, there's a reason, but y'all have had no beef before that, right?"
Who said that? Teddy Long? We don't have time for you, player?
That's practically because we already know they were backstage.
No, I said that, but was Teddy back there? So sorry, player, we don't have time for you. What?
He came. He might. I think he cut his hair. But anyway, so he came up and he talked to the powers to be. He had his little black eyeliner on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was ready with his music, practicing. And he said, "What you want me to do? Who am I going to beat up? Am I going to beat up T-Bar?" That seems to be the new thing. And they were like, "Here's your plane ticket. We're going to put a video package of you, and we'll see you on Sunday." And that's what they did. And then Apollo came out and said, "Hey, he said,
he's like an evil witch doctor. What was that?
I want to know who I'm going to." And they're like, "Hold up, player. Here's your plane ticket. I'll see you on Sunday." Player. And then he said, "Oh, let's go, Dabba-Kato." This is just how it is. So.
His name is Commander Aziz. That's how he identifies.
Around these parts, we know it's Dabba-Kato. He helped Dylan move. I laughed.
What? What, down the street? He pushed him or out of a bar? What?
No,
we kicked him out of a bar.
We helped decap ramps move from one location to another, and my
you mean one safe house to another safe house?
Anyway, because we're not going to disrespect fat people. So,
oh my God!
I'm just disrespecting his way of life. That's it.
Because he's fat, you should be ashamed of yourself.
It's not because it's so much more when it comes to Dylan.
Why can't you be more like Barbara? You see, Barbara has not fat shamed one time this entire episode, right, Barbara? I'm so proud of you. So proud of you.
Barbara's like, just wait.
She doesn't. I've never heard of fat shame. I heard her be disrespectful. She doesn't acknowledge your tribal chief. I'll say that. So I've heard her be very disrespectful.
That is kind of rude. That is. But I agree.
She's never fat shamed.
Kind of hurt by that.
Neither have I. I just have a problem with Otis.
You have a problem with Otis, and you kept making food jokes about him. That's fat shaming.
I did not make food jokes about him. I just said that he gets angry when you cut him in line. That's not a food joke.
There's actual proof of this, though. If you look in the bank, and when someone spilled like a cheeseburger on him, he threw that thing at Paul Heyman.
That's right.
Thank you. Have actual facts. Like you're not going to double team the Coolest of the Daddies when he actually there's actual footage of him getting upset about.
I'm going to actually tell you guys that I'm wearing red and yellow, the McDonald's colors, just in case Otis tries to run up on me. He will not do anything like that because
you're wearing red and yellow. It's making sense, Hulk Hogan. You wouldn't want your daughter marrying fat people. That's what it is. So like,
what you gonna do, brother?
Makes perfect sense.
That's hilarious.
Bring back top 5.
I didn't think about it till now.
Hey, you know what's the best part of this Raw episode? There was no 24/7 title thing.
Oh, that's what was missing. That's what was missing.
He probably will be the one to eliminate Jeff Hardy, though. I will say that. You're absolutely right, Matt Mad Dog.
Ooh,
I actually think Jeff Hardy's going to be the sole survivor.
Yeah, I heard you say that nonsense the other day. That's not
sole survivor.
Yeah, he's not. He'll be the first one eliminated on SmackDown.
His words, not mine.
Yeah, no. You agreed with me. You were like, that makes sense.
It makes sense, but it's not happening.
I said
Jeff Hardy doesn't need to be the sole survivor. He's going on to a program to lose to your tribal chief. Mm-hmm. You're head of the table. You're new king of WWE. And that's it. There's a lot of people forget there are 4 really big stars to come back next year. Asuka, Bayley, Lacey Evans, Alexa Bliss. I count 3. All great. Most of the women's roster when return. Do you agree?
You're not going to disrespect Alexa like that.
No, he's talking about Lacey Evans.
Oh, she's a wonder. She's a doll. She's great.
You know, everybody knew I was talking about Lacey Evans because Lacey Evans is not a star. You have Asuka, you have Bayley, you have Alexa Bliss, and you have.
How you gonna disrespect the military like that? That's so rude.
Same way you disrespect fat people.
Listen here, brother. All right, guys. Let me tell you something, brother. This is the end of the Raw review portion. Guys, what were your thoughts? Thumbs up or thumbs down on Raw? Let's start with Wrestling Doll. Thumbs up. Ron, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Can I throw shit? It wasn't bad. It was thumbs up. It was all right. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't offensive. So
I know when Otis was around, you wanted to throw some shit.
No, the Raw wasn't
Chris,
offensive. But
what did Otis do to you? Thumbs up. I thought this was a very good episode of Raw, better than SmackDown.
Listen, despite having Otis on this fucking show, I mean, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
I love this. I love this rivalry here. I feel like eventually Otis will see this, and hopefully, the Coolest of the Dad, you're prepared for a battle with this guy.
Listen, he's not gonna come fight me when I look like McDonald's.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to. That's the end of the Raw portion. We're going to take a small commercial break, come back, wrap it up. We're talking about some other stuff. Stay with us. Watching Unpopular 3-year anniversary.
The Ultimate Fan, you was talking about earlier. You was mentioning the Jacket Time. That's the name of the name. Fucking Jacket Time. See, I hate this shit. So let me fucking talk for a minute. So like, I kid you not, I was watching this match and I saw myself getting angry each and every fucking moment. And as I was watching this match, there was nothing like. So they go against the Creed brothers, right? And I said, nah, the Creed brothers really need to wreck these dudes. Like, like I said, these dudes should beat these guys' asses so badly, and then after that, eat them. Because this shit was stupid. I don't know why they called Jacket Time. I feel like fucking, what's the name? Kushida deserved better. I never was a fan of Ikemon. I made him sound like a goddamn Digimon. And I'm sitting there going like, I don't know. I'm just all over the place. I'm sitting there saying, nah, I can't. I kept saying nah. And I was getting ready.
I love that. I called that match 3 weeks before that. So
here's some stuff I noticed about that commercial, right? One, the executive consultant didn't say a damn word. Okay, so that was a terrible thing. Oh,
so you used Patrick for an episode?
Okay. Speaking of Patrick, you start off by asking Patrick a question, and then you just don't let him answer. You just go into your little rant. Right?
Oh, so something you did. Okay, go ahead.
Three. Patrick loved it.
Yeah, he did.
It's liked. It actually liked.
3,
I like this.
You said, I said. So you were talking like so many damn times, right?
I was trying to be for Harleyhon.
4,
The giant chicken from Looney Tunes.
Jack and Tom is terrible. I mean, they're right up there with Boa. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Unpopular Reviews. I'm your exec consultant, Big Daddy Cool here. Was asked to be here. For some reason, that's his name. Bad Guy Jack, the wrestling doll. We are here celebrating our 3-year anniversary. Just finished talking about Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about some miscellaneous wrestling things for a couple minutes, and then we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Happy to be here. Please make sure that you like, love, and share this to all your wrestling timelines. Everything we're talking about, or you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We're going to discuss them right here on air. Make sure they're intelligent questions because they're the dumbest shit. I will tell you the dumbest shit, and you already know how I do. So let's just go ahead and get into a Big Daddy Cool. What topics do we have? Thumbs down.
For Raw.
Ding dong, you're wrong, Steve. I agree with you.
I know. That's why I said ouch.
I'm giving Raw a solid B tonight. Okay, that's fair enough. Otis backwards is Cito. We know Otis sits a lot. He is the shape of an O.
More fat shaming. That's just wrong.
That's hilarious.
Who's going to replace Aaliyah for the SmackDown Survivor Series women's team?
Nobody.
We already discussed the possibility.
Oh, you said Asuka. You know, I was thinking Bayley, but I didn't know how far along her injury was.
Bayley will be back in Royal Rumble. I think it'll be Asuka. 4 out of 10. The only thing I like, Liv Becky promo and Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. You must have really liked Liv Becky and Kevin Owens because you shouted at me. All right, cool. What else we got? That's it?
Really likes Yep, that's it. So let's talk about some wrestling news. Let's start with the biggest news of the weekend. Let's talk about Adam Page being the new AEW World Champion.
I thought we were talking about big news.
There we go.
We're talking about the big news of the weekend. What were your thoughts on this? Let's start with Ron. Ron, any thoughts on Adam Page being the champion? We'll save Chris for last because he's very opinionated on this.
Chris is going to rant for like 10 minutes and then we'll be done.
So on Sunday I had tacos and it really wasn't that good, but that's neither here or there, right? Adam Page won the championship. It really didn't bother me. I didn't see what was the pay-per-view? Full Gear. I didn't watch Full Gear. I saw that he won. And it's good for him. I know there was this long story going along, and I can't wait to hear you guys' opinion because I see what you guys wrote in the chat. And talk about our new UPR champ.
How about you talk about since you like swinging on his dick so much this episode? Look, would you shut the fuck up for like 5 minutes?
But I was asked the fucking question. The fuck is that? Oh, you're talking about Elvis.
Yes, he's talking about Elvis, not you.
I was concerned.
He knows that. He knows it. Go ahead.
I like when he chuckles. It just means that he has like a chuckling soul. But it didn't really bother me at all. So, yeah.
Wrestling Doll, any thoughts on Adam Page winning the AEW World Championship?
Good for him. I didn't really watch Full Gear either, only because I was busy working that day, so to speak, because I was at a couple events and filmed for a bit. So I didn't watch. I just saw what was said on news and stuff online. So good for him. It's not really a big deal for me. I didn't care.
All right.
Here we go.
All right, Chris. It's main event time.
Here we go.
Chris, what were your thoughts on Adam Page winning the World Championship?
Well, I'll tell you right now. I'm going to piggyback off what Ron and Barbara said. You said biggest news of the weekend was Adam Page winning the AEW World Championship. Ron, what are your thoughts? Oh, it didn't bother me. I didn't really watch Full Gear. Barbara, what are your thoughts? Well, I didn't really watch it. You know why? Because nobody gives a crap. That's why. You know, people are there, they're AEW fans, and they're all like, oh.
Yeah, they zoomed in.
Oh, it's been 2 years. Oh, my God. What a beautiful storyline. Did you see the young son give the little head? Nobody cares. No one cares, okay? I'm not saying there's a problem with Adam Page winning the championship. Good for him. But if y'all think this is going to move a needle, you got your damn mind crazy. Adam Page is not that guy that's going to move a needle. When you buy a ticket for AEW Dynamite, you buy a ticket for a Rampage, you buy a ticket for a Full Gear, Double or Nothing, All Out, anything like that, if you don't see Adam Hangman Page on the card, you're not going to go home saying, damn, I really wish I saw Hangman Page. Why is this man over? His wrestling abilities are okay. There's nothing to write home about. He's not a bad wrestler. He's fine. But people like to curse. Cowboy shit. It's catchy. Cowboy shit, cowboy shit, cowboy shit. Okay, good. But he's losing that championship in 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks. 2 months. He's losing that championship. The next pay-per-view, he's going to lose it. He's going to drop the title to MJF. He's going to have a banger match with Daniel Bryan, who's going to put him over because that's what Daniel Bryan does. He'll probably have a banger match with Rusev, and Rusev's going to put him over because for some reason Rusev doesn't see that he's doing the same shit in AEW as he did in WWE, right? And he's going to lose it to MJF because he's a transitional champion, AEW's first transitional champion to get that title off of Kenny Omega and on the MJF. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm telling you, that's all it's about. You got your feel-good moment, but Adam Page is not somebody that's going to carry a company. I said when Kenny Omega was the champion, he's not even in the top 5 of the biggest stars. Adam Page barely cracks top 10.
Very eloquent points, Chris. I think you've almost said all of it. I share these sentiments only because I was told that in multiple wrestling groups, I saw that this was like Ron said, the greatest wrestling story ever told, better than Hogan versus Macho Man at WrestleMania 5. They were saying it was the greatest thing ever. And I can understand where some people like to read War and Peace, although I'm pretty sure that no AEW fans ever read War and Peace or even finished it. But the idea of this story lasting as long as it did, and everybody saw the ending coming, goes to show you how weak it is. It took this thing took so fucking long that a pandemic came and also went in the time that they needed to tell this fucking story. And on top of that, Wednesday night, you should start AEW Dynamite with Adam Page having a moment of silence for all the AEW fans that passed away due to COVID in 2020 because it took them so long to tell this fucking story. That's what I think. Thank you. It'd be very disrespectful if they don't start AEW with a moment of silence.
I thought Bronson Reed going to New Japan was nice news on Saturday Night Period here alone for WWE. Buddy Murphy versus Okada. Buddy Murphy, I'm sure on New Japan, I was very happy for. Bronson Reed, I was glad that he showed up in New Japan because that solidifies WWE was made the right decision by releasing him because nobody in America wanted him.
Well, Will brings up a good point. I have a question about this.
Yeah.
The biggest surprise from AEW Full Gear Metal Jacket, whatever they want to call it, was Jay Lethal, right? Everybody was expecting Jay White or Okada or Bray Wyatt, and y'all got Jay Lethal. It's like you ordered a Jay off of Amazon and then got Wish Jay.
Oh, okay, there we go.
And you got Jay Lethal.
I disagree. I said this on Sunday when I was with the AEW couple that in my opinion, I feel like Jay Lethal is a better signing than Jay White. Now, you can get better matches out of Jay White, possibly, because Jay Lethal is a tremendous talent. But the more mainstream known is Jay Lethal because of his rub with Macho Man and his rub with Ric Flair.
I agree with you. But what my question was going to be was, who stirred up more bigger waves in the wrestling community, internet and otherwise?
Oh, if it's just internet, then yes.
Bronson Reed showing up for New Japan or Jay Lethal showing up for AEW?
Jay Lethal showing up for AEW.
I think that's debatable.
Bronson Reed, nobody gives a two craps.
Yeah, I feel like of anything I was looking on the internet, if we're just talking internet here, I saw more Jay Lethal than Bronson Reed. Like, I saw something with Bronson Reed, and I was like, oh, snap. But it was like almost like Jay Lethal, and then Bronson Reed, Jay Lethal, and whatnot. So, like...
And I could prove this right now. Like, Ron, and I'll ask you since you're the one talking. Like, what is Bronson Reed's name in New Japan?
Oh, God, I don't even know. I know they put his name. I legit don't know. It said his name. I don't know it, though.
It's Jonah.
Who? Jameson?
No, Jonah.
No, the guy who made the arc. He said the guy who made the arc.
Do not read this, Noah. Do not read Elvis's last comment, Steven. Okay?
About Odyssey Jones?
Do not read it. That's a trap.
What are your thoughts about Odyssey Jones?
I think
Odyssey Jones is great.
Okay, cool.
There's nothing wrong with Odyssey Jones.
Elvis is trying to troll.
No, Odyssey Jones just minded his goddamn business last week, though. But whatever.
I think Jay Lethal really good. I was happy 10 years of Ring of Honor, Jonah Rock.
I think it's great that Odyssey Jones is working. I mean, second generation wrestler to special delivery Jones. I think it's great.
Oh, that's who he. Oh, okay. No, I thought he was someone else. Okay.
So you thought I was going one way. I decided to go another way, Chris.
Yeah, man. But you still could have helped yourself. I'll tell you that.
Tremendous.
Listen, man, you can't serve Jordan up a layup and not have him dunk. I'm sorry.
Maybe Jordan in 2002. Ladies and gentlemen, do we have anything else as far as wrestling news?
Yeah, let's talk about something that also is just was breaking earlier today, and that is the disappearance of one of our favorite wrestling. Here
we go.
Where's this picture? God damn it! One of our favorite wrestlers in the internet wrestling community, that is Cody Rhodes. He's now completely off of Twitter. Where did Cody go? Guys, where's Cody?
Teaming with Fuego del Sol.
Teaming with who? Callisto?
No, not Callisto. You know who I'm talking about.
Did you say Fuego del Sol?
Yes. And he's pretending that he's not. Everybody knows it.
Fuego del Sol should be dumpster. Fuego del dumpster. Ron.
No, Fuego de basura.
That's right. Sí, señora.
Where is Cody? I don't know. I actually went and had some milk today, and I did see him on the back of my milk carton, but I just didn't think nothing of it. So I'm not sure. I'm not. I don't.
You know, poor Cody gets a bad rap amongst these AEW fans. I don't consider myself an AEW fan, so I'm not going to be one of these people. I actually like Cody Rhodes. I like his work. I like everything that he does. Kudos to him knocking up Brandy. I mean, she's phenomenal. I love watching Rhodes to the Top because, you know.
You watch that?
I love it. You know, the first episode, Brandy was talking about her vagina for like 5 minutes. I was like, this is amazing. This is a great show.
Can I gotta ask the big heavy question because you know I've been in the same chat with you for like a year, and I don't even think you own pants. But like, was you watching this with pants? Or
when Brandy was on? No, absolutely not.
Okay, no, I figured. I just don't even think you own pants. Even when I see you, I'm like, those ain't pants. But go on.
I found out that one of the girls, God damn it, the wrestler, she's
Red Velvet.
No, not Red Velvet. Although I like making jokes about Red Velvet.
Oh my.
I think last week I was talking to Wrestling Doll about Red Velvet. You like Red Velvet, Wrestling Doll? She's frozen. When it came for us to ask her about Red Velvet cake, she's just completely frozen.
She is frozen. I thought she just sat there attentively.
Yeah, she was just like, I'm not listening to this fucking bullshit. You're not setting me up, motherfucker. But yeah. Anyways, regardless,
it's too good.
Poor Cody gets a bad rap. Everybody hates on Cody. Everybody's like, did Cody turn heel? Did Cody turn heel? Cody didn't turn heel. All these AEW fans turned heel.
They turned him.
Turned heels on poor Cody Rhodes. What did this man do? He's a father. He takes care of his baby. He solved racism.
He did
with his baby.
Yeah.
Why is everybody giving him a hard time?
Because he didn't solve racism sooner. But
I know. Wrestling Doll is back with us. Wrestling Doll, before you froze, I asked you.
I thought she was still frozen. Right.
I asked you about Red Velvet. Do you like cake?
Yes, I do.
Do you like Red Velvet cake?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you like eating? Do you like?
I know exactly.
Let me ask. What?
I know what you mean.
Do you like eating Red Velvet's cake slow or fast?
I like savoring it and taking my sweet time, honey.
Oh, woo! Oh my God, it's getting hot in here. It's getting. We need to move on.
Please don't take off your clothes. What else happened? What other wrestling news you
have? My pant. I think he was talking to me, not you. Oh, that's all I've got. I've got one more thing for you guys. Did you all hear earlier today the breaking news from UPR that David is in a wrestling game?
This is coming again.
Did you hear? Look, David Sanderson.
Yeah.
I don't know who Sudbury, Massachusetts is. I don't know who that is. Where that is. Why is that there? Is David from Sudbury, Massachusetts?
Yes.
Oh, for real? Is he from there?
Oh.
Why does it need to be there? Why would he even say that? Why didn't he just say Boston?
Well, normally he does. I don't know. I guess he said, I'm going to say my real home.
I guess he's got to represent the mean streets of Sudbury.
The mean streets. The rough town.
Just like Cena has to represent the mean streets of West Newbury. So our boy David is in a video game. Have you guys seen his avatar in the video game yet?
I did, but I know you want to just post it up again, so please do it.
For the fourth time this episode.
I know you want to do it again. I know. And apparently, the biggest thing David got out of it is he don't wear sombrero. He don't wear sombrero. But everything else was kind of accurate, but the sombrero crossed the line.
That's right. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, Chris, that I could have made a joke about being a bitch, but I just left it alone, huh?
Actually, I'm surprised I didn't make that reference, but ladies and gentlemen, you're watching us here at Unpopular Review. This is celebrating our 3rd anniversary. Raw episode will have some guests, so we thank David Technician, who's going to be in a wrestling video game, for joining us. Of course, Wrestling Doll, you can catch her every single Friday night for SmackDown, but let's go to the plugs, and you can talk about it every single Monday, 6 o'clock p.m. Join us for Around the Blocks with Mike Knox for the intelligent wrestling fans. So unfortunately, half of you can't watch it. And then, of course, immediately after Monday Night Raw, we have this right here.
Right there. Look at there. Talk about cake.
That's new. But okay, right here, Monday Night Raw, where you join myself as well as Big Daddy Cool each and every single Monday after Monday Night Raw. On Tuesdays, immediately after NXT, you can join Bag, Guy, Jack, as well as Captain Shakespeare and the full Nelson as they discuss everything as far as NXT and the lovely Toxic Attraction.
I just want to shout out to Mandy Rose if she's watching or listening. If you need help getting out of your outfits, I'm available to help. Thank you.
On Wednesday, immediately after AEW Dynamite joined the tandem of All Elite Joker as well as Divine Intervention and their special guest this week, which will be none other than the executive consultant. As they discuss.
Are you on every show?
I'm not on. I'm not on tomorrow. I'm on AEW Dynamite.
What are you, Stefan Duviella? You're on just every show?
No,
you played like 3 commercials, and Stefan Duviella's on every commercial.
AEW Dynamite. I'll be the special guest referee. I'm not special guest
referee. Oh my god,
special guest referee.
He's been drinking.
I haven't. I'll be the special guest this. Okay. I'll be the special guest this Wednesday with All Elite Joker as well as Divine Intervention. As we rotate. Matter of fact, Barbara, I got to talk to you. SmackDown on Fridays, you have the Wrestling Doll as well as the administrator Stefan Duviella and Steamin' Willie Beeman, who's always on time and punctual as he was here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
I feel like that was sarcasm.
So every single Friday night, immediately after SmackDown, we also have our UPRE, ladies and gentlemen, this coming Tuesday, tomorrow. Matter of fact, we're going to our Spider-Man franchise.
Ow!
As we review the very first Spider-Man tomorrow on Wednesdays, we have The Challenge, which is Mike Knox. As well.
That's an inappropriate picture of Spider-Man and Green Goblin.
I was wondering when somebody was going to say that.
It's just what's going on there. I don't remember that part in the movie. What is that from Brazzers? What?
No, it was very quick.
See the Superior made that same joke when I selected this picture, but no, get your minds off the gutter. On Thursday, it's Wild Wild West that we're going to be reviewing.
Will Smith's worst movie.
So we're looking forward.
What do you mean beside being married to Jada? Never mind.
Oh shit,
that's a movie.
I don't know, man. Not yet, anyways.
And then, of course, we review Squid Games every single Saturday. Well,
can I big up, now that Ron is here, I want to big up Ron and C doing Squid Games. I watch you guys, and it is hilarious. You guys talking about the doctor. You guys talk about all this stuff that goes on. I haven't watched Squid Game, but every time I watch you guys talking about Squid Game, it makes me want to watch the movie or the show.
Joe, yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah. Actually, it was her idea to do a wind down. So like now we just drink and talk about, hey, did you see the spot where someone was like killed? It's kind of gruesome, but like we sitting there drinking and making fun of people. But thank you for watching.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. You guys are just hilarious. We eat a coquito cake. Oh wow.
Wow. Okay.
She's stealing my jokes.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 3-year anniversary.
I've got one more joke. Hold on.
Not done.
3-year anniversary, and please make sure you stay tuned because subscribe to us on all our YouTube channels.
Oh my gosh.
Unpopular Review, UPRE, and Unpopular Review Gaming. I gotta change that. But Unpopular Review Gaming.
Why do you have to change? You keep saying it when you show it.
Because I keep forgetting about it until I do it. But we have a lot of stuff coming up this Saturday and Sunday. We're going to be celebrating Survivor Series. We're going to be celebrating anniversary. Stay tuned. If I like you, you get an invite to the party. If I don't like you, you can watch the video. But Steve, you had another joke that you wanted to say. If it's that damn referee and whatever problem.
So one of my friends, he's a big AEW fan. He's a big AEW mark, and he was texting a bunch of people because he was hyped that Adam Page finally won because it was no surprise. So he started texting everybody. He said, "There's a picture of Adam Page." He says, "Fucker looks badass, don't it?" And the guy responded, "I was your Uber driver like 3 months ago. Please leave me alone." To Chris's point, nobody gives a shit about Adam Page.
I agree. All right, we was asked Bad Guy Jack. Do you have anything else you want to say?
No, you can catch me on tomorrow. Catch me, Cap, and Phil Nelson. Yeah, and you can hear us talk about how much we like it.
Oh my God, I like it. All
there we go.
It's like 2 hours of them.
Russell, do you have anything?
No, nothing really. Just catch me on Fridays on SmackDown with my co-host, the Administrator.
And Stephen Willie Beeman. Y'all, both of you and Ron forgetting y'all third person, but that sounds fine.
Well, to be fair, Patrick is new, so I gotta get accustomed to that. He's there, and also too with Willie, he's barely there, so you gotta forgive that we forget that there's this third group. It's like as a boy band, and no one thinks about that fifth person. Like in NSYNC, no one thinks about. Actually, no one thinks about anything after Justin Timberlake. I'm sorry, I'll shut up. I digress.
And Joey Fatone.
And Lance Bass.
I always thought that was like some kind of food. I don't know.
Big Daddy Cool, you got anything?
No, I don't. I think I'm all out of jokes. My God, look at that. Just good for you, Liv. Good for you. What's the guy's name? Not the Wyndham. The other Rotunda.
Bo Dallas.
Bo Dallas. Good for you, Bo
Not
Dallas.
Boa, but Bo.
Good for you. Not good for Boa. Or
Nothing's
Boa's
ever
going to
good
be
for Boa.
released.
Boa was so bad. This is how bad Boa was. Boa says, Zion Lee said, "Forget my push. Send me to SmackDown to be in the closet for the first 6 months of my career. I don't want to be on NXT. They'll give me such a strong push. I don't want it."
I think when we meet up on Saturday night, we should just have like a 30-minute kind of just like writing session of jokes. Like, Boa is so bad, and then we finish the sentence.
Boa's so bad, I didn't want to waste time thinking of a joke. That's how bad he is. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this. If you have not already done so, please make sure you like, love, and share. For Big Daddy Hogan, for Was Actually Being Here.
What you gonna do, brother?
I'm the exec consultant, and we will see you next time right here on A Popular Review tomorrow. Have a good night.
What you gonna do, brother?